No matter where you come from, no matter where you're going, here's a place where you can take comfort in the knowing that whether if you've come to stay a while or just passing through, this door is open to you. Come and let's be silent. Come and share a hug. Come, let's pray together. Come, love and be loved. From the blissed out to the turned out, from the pampered to the abused, this door is open to you. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. The God in us recognizes the God in you. The God in you. Whether you're black or white, gay or straight, Christian, Buddhist or Jew, this door is open to you. If there's some kind of trouble or pain you're going through, know that you are not alone and someone cares for you. As an individualization of divine point of view, this door is open to you. This door is open. This door right here is open for you. This door is open to you. This door is open. I'm talking about this door. This door is open. I said this door is open to you. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. The God in us recognizes the God in you. The God in you. Whether you're black or white or gay or straight, Christian, Buddhist or Jew, this door is open to you.
Good morning, everybody. So happy to see you. So happy whoever's tuning in out there, sending our love. All righty. We've got some joy to share. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, Within my heart, springing up from within my heart, springing up from within my heart is joy. Springing up from within my heart, springing up from within my heart is joy. Within my heart there is a well, within my heart there is a well of living water. Within my heart there is a well, within my heart there is a well, and it satisfies my soul, satisfies my soul. I have the joy, 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 joy down in my heart, down in my heart, down in my heart. I have the joy, 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 joy down in my heart, down in my heart, and it's here to stay. Springing up from within my heart, springing up from within my heart is joy. Springing up from within my heart, springing up from within my heart is joy. Within my heart there is a well, within my heart there is a well of living water. Within my heart there is a well, within my heart there is a well, and it satisfies my soul, satisfies my soul. I have the joy, 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 joy down in my heart, down in my heart, down in my heart. I have the joy, 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 joy down in my heart, down in my heart, and it's here to stay. 1, 2, I have the joy, 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 joy down in my heart, down in my heart.
Thank you, thank you. Oh, we welcome you this morning, whether you're in this physical space here or you're joining us in our online family, literally this family of consciousness. As we gather this morning, one of the things we get to realize is there is a well within us. There is living water within each of us, and that is the water, the life, the vitalized energy of spirit. I'm Reverend Lisa Davis, and our mission here at Unity Spiritual Center of Portland is transforming lives that transform the world. We believe that as each of us goes inside and recognizes the divine presence and power within us, and then learns how to touch the world with that wisdom, with that joy, with our tears, with our authenticity, but we become that which we already are, then we truly transform a world. You know, who is it? Desmond Tutu said, "My humanity is bound up with yours, for we can only be human together." And that's what we're learning to do. Our humanity is bound up together and beginning to learn to be a larger essence of life and love and presence and power. So as you come in this morning, please know that we know that you are an infinite creation of spirit, of love, and that each of us has come to shine that light. We want you also to know that as we begin this service in prayer, the ability to open our hearts is part of the sacred journey. It's really easy. Anybody shut their heart this week? Okay, somebody put their hand up. One person, we shut down. We stop opening to pieces in life, and especially in times like these. And yet, as we gather this morning, my invitation is always to open your heart. And I do that because part of the spiritual practice is opening our hearts to what is, to life, to the truth in us, and allowing it to move through us, the love that we are, regardless of what's showing up around us. We are not what's happening in the world, but we are a part of the movement of the healing. So let's begin this service in prayer. Wherever you've been, I just invite you to come back into that heart space of recognizing this one presence and one power, infinite spirit, that vibrates as us this moment, that reminds us we are whole, infinite, and complete. And we have all that we need in this moment, this very moment, this breath, to do all that is ours to do this moment, this breath, this day. And as we breathe that knowing in, we surround those around this country and around this world that are at war, that we wonder, how do I show my love? How do I share that which I am and that which I have? And we begin a holding space, sacred space, of knowing that we are all interwoven. We are a part of the divine love of this universe. We belong, and we belong together. And we simply hold a space, a very vibration of love that moves forth from us around this room, around this country, around this globe. We are one. One humanity, one love, one breath. And we simply know that peace moves through our being this day. For this opportunity to gather, to take the sacred breath of life, we say thank you, infinite spirit. And so it is. Amen. All right, and Beth is up here. Beth is back.
Good morning. Thank you for that warm welcome. It's sure good to see all of you and be back with you. I first have to give a big thanks to all the folks who stepped in to give me some time off. It was very important, and everybody found everything and figured it out if they didn't, and it truly is appreciated because, you know, things do not stop moving around here. You know, we are in constant motion, but we do stop and pause for prayer. And our prayer chaplains this morning who are willing to do that with you after the service are George and Lynn. So we thank them very much for being here for you. As always, if you have a prayer need, you can meet with them immediately following the service up front here. If you're not ready to do that, we have prayer requests in the backs of the chairs and in the lobby. You can drop those in the prayer box right here, and they'll get those. And then Dial a Prayer is available during the week to give a call if you need that lift. And Sunday morning guided meditations happen every week at 10:30 in the chapel. And so, take advantage of these ways to calm and center. It's good stuff. So today, following the service, Reverend Lisa's going to have a What is Unity discussion in the chapel. And it usually starts around 12:45. You have time to get a little break, grab a cup of coffee. And if you're new to Unity, it's a great opportunity to learn more about it. Or maybe you've been coming for a while and there's some things you're going, this is the time to get those questions answered. So join her today following the service. There's also a 1 Million Rising Events meeting downstairs in the teen room. That's at 12:45, and I understand that all of you got an invitation to that, and you're welcome to come and join them. I know, boy, it often seems like the world's trying to wear us down a little bit, huh? But this is a really wonderful time. Drop in, get inspired, to get involved. They will also be meeting during the Current Events book study, which happens this Thursday at 1:30. And there's always more information about all of this on the What You Can Do table, which is outside the bookstore. It's a great resource for ideas on how to be proactive. So there's still time to register for George Weatherford's class, which starts, it started last Monday, but you can still register. It's on Monday nights from 6:30 to 8:30. Play well with others. It's a good time to be reminded that we can do that. So it's, don't hesitate. I know there was, the link in the newsletter I know did not work, but it works now. I fixed it yesterday. So please use it. Get in there, sign up. $125 for the whole class. I love it. It says, coming together in a world that seems like it's falling apart. And I believe that could be a good antidote for all of us. So check that out. There's a sign-up sheet out on the lobby table as well. Chair yoga and meditation resumes this coming Tuesday at 4. Each class is $10. You can drop in any time for that. The bookstore raffle for August begins today. No purchase necessary. Just drop your name into the hat in the bookstore. And I want to mention July's winner was Hannah Bunton, who received a gift certificate to the bookstore. So congratulations, Hannah. Garden team meets next Saturday morning, 9 a.m. out by the sheds. We have a rental over in the parking lot, so they're going to be focusing on this side of the street. There is plenty to do. Walking in today, I'm like, it's amazing. We do not have Menahunis who come and make the garden beautiful. It is you lovely people here who volunteer for that. So if you're not on that email list, see me. I'll get you on it. They'll email you and tell you what they're doing. They need lots of hands. They're also getting ready for our annual ice cream social. And that happens week after next. And that's a favorite thing here at Unity. It's a wonderful time. We enjoy frozen treats out in the garden following the service. And all that's for love offerings that support all the things that are needed to keep that garden as beautiful as it is. So we thank you in advance for being a part of that. YOU Car Wash next Sunday from 10 to 1 in the east parking lot, which means you can drop your car off early. They'll wash it during the service. You can pick it up after. It's a win-win love offering. So drive past those Washmans this week. Plan to be here next Sunday to get your car washed before or during the service. In other youth ed news, mark your calendars, parents. There will be a Parents of Youth meeting on Sunday, August 24th, following the service. All this is in the newsletter. And last but certainly not least, we are in the Summer Community Outreach Project. The collection began today. I know they've been telling you there's these wonderful flyers out on the table that list all the things that they need. They are supporting the Transitional School, Rosehaven Shelter, Project Lemonade, and the Kindness Farms. Lots of ideas. If you're not a shopper, you can go to PushPay. On that pull-down menu, go to Community Outreach, and you can make a donation, and they would love for you to do that. So we thank you in advance. Oh, and let me mention, that team is celebrating 10 years of community service here in this community. That is a great thing, and you'll hear more about that in a couple weeks. So yeah, I want to welcome anybody who's here for the first time. As you can tell by all the happenings here, we are a inclusive, loving, and vibrant community with lots happening. You may have received a welcome packet on your way in. If you did not do that, now's the time to raise your hand. Our ushers have a handful of those. They'd love to put one in your hands if you didn't get one. If you did, there's a rose sticker on the front. If you peel that off and stick it to your name tag so we know who you are. We invite you to come down to Coffee and Connection, which is downstairs, to have a little social time and meet a few friends. And on the back, there's a yellow card. And you can either fill this out or you can use the QR code. This gets you on our mailing list, which means you'll get the newsletter and know what's happening every week. So we appreciate you doing that. And I'm really glad to be back. And have a great week. I'll see you after the service.
Thank you, Beth. All right. And I just want to take a moment and welcome all of you who are here for the first time or you haven't been here in a while. Remember to fill out that yellow card. If you haven't done so, you can turn it in with the offering because it does make a difference to get just reminded of some of the things that are happening. If the words that you hear today work for you, I would encourage you to become a part. Right now, the more we connect, the more we remember, oh yes, I'm a part of humanity. I'm a part of gathering. I do my spiritual work individually, but we get to do it collectively also. We get to find a way to gather together. If the words you hear today aren't really what you're searching for, I would encourage you to continue seeking. Find a place that will remind you of the truth of your being and will just fill you with what is needed right now to move forward every day. So we're just thrilled to have you here, and we are going to stand and sing.
We are. God is my source.
God is my source by Karen Drucker. All right.
1, 2, 3. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Love is my source. Love is my power. Love gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Love gives me everything I need. Joy is my source. Joy is my power. Joy gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. Yes. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need. Everything I need. Last time. Everything I need.
Oh, yes. And that infinite presence and power does just that. I invite you to turn to those around you with a handshake, a welcome, a namaste, a hug. Ask for the hug first if you'd like to. One of the important things we get to do as we journey through this time in the United States, for anybody who's living in the United States, we're in interesting times. And we are in ones that call for us to open to things we never thought we'd open to. And part of that practice is one, in fact, Marianne Williamson talked about sitting in the morning, being present, but just sitting in meditation, in anchoring the divine in us, remembering who we truly are, so that our nervous system can relax and remember who it is as we do this. And so right now, as we move into a time of meditation, and that's all, by the way, in preparation to move out into the world and what we need to do. And yet, right now, in preparation, what we do for just a short time here as we breathe in and do a short meditation is the remembering and the anchoring that each of us are able to do this every day in our lives to remind ourselves of the truth that already is.
I am here to give and receive love. I am here to give and receive. I am here to give and receive love. I am here to give and receive love, love. I am here to give and receive love.
As we breathe in fully, relaxing our shoulders, our body, we let go. And we let the infinite presence and power of Spirit fill us. I am here as love, to give love, to receive love. I am here as the very vibration of love as I continue to let go and to turn within. And as I breathe in, remembering I am an infinite creation. I am connected to the love, to Spirit, to God within me, around me, as me, this moment. And in the silence, I allow that knowing to move through my being in the silence. And in that space, I know that I know that I know that I am here as love, to give love, to receive love, to open as a movement of Spirit. And so it is. Amen.
to give and receive love. I am here to give and receive, and we are here to give and receive love. We are here to give and receive love, love. We are here to give and receive love. I believe in love, it's all we got. Love has no boundaries, costs nothing to touch. War makes money, and cancer sleeps curled up in my father, and that means something to me. Buildings and dictators, politics and papers, everything crumbles sooner or later. But love, I believe in love. I believe in love. I believe in love, it's all we got. Love has no boundaries, no borders to cross. Love is simple, hate breeds. Those who think difference is a child of disease. Father and son make love and guns, families together or families fall apart without love. But I believe in love. I believe in love. Without love, I wouldn't believe in anything that lives and breathes. Without love, I'd have no anger. I wouldn't believe in the right to stand here. Without love, I wouldn't believe. I couldn't believe in you, and I wouldn't believe in me. Without love, I believe in love. I believe in love.
Thank you to all of our Unity musicians and singers and all of you. Thank you so much. By the way, that was by Elton John and Bernie Taupin. Is that the way? And the idea, I believe in love. It's all we've got. Love has no boundaries, costs nothing to touch, or makes money, cancer sleeps. This idea of I believe in love can be a little difficult sometimes right now, can it? And yet that's who we are and where we're going. And life is asking so much right now. How do we allow ourselves to be in this world and not of it to a point where we can't move through and say, how do we do what it is that we are to do? And if you haven't been breathing, I just invite you to take a deep breath and exhale. You know, I believe that at every moment, including this one, we are connected to something larger. And our ability to breathe that in and to live it and to be willing to be in today's present time is one of the gifts we give ourselves and humanity. I continue to say, why does this need to happen now? Why? Anybody else asking that? Not that it's an accurate question, but do we really have to go through this? Is this really necessary? And of course, I come to the place of, if we're in it, somewhere in there, there's something to learn. And so often it's not what I want to learn. I know it isn't. I think I've already learned that. Anybody go back to say, okay, we did the civil rights era. But guess what? What I didn't realize, no, I realized it, I just wasn't talking about it, is we didn't do the civil rights era. Many in here, because we didn't have a voice that spoke out. And we may not have done the civil rights era 5 years ago or 10 years ago, because it wasn't as much about us as it was about others. And I say that with all the love in my heart, because it involves me too. I kept looking at, evolution. Pierre Teilhard de Chardin talks about the evolutionary movement of the planet. And I was looking at what's happening now, and it feels like it's just demolishing it. And yet what he talked about was that evolution happens, and of course he calls it perduncles, and I talk about perduncles periodically because he made up words in the 40s when there weren't any, because there wasn't evolution. But literally the energy moves into something, into an idea. We do this individually. If we want to believe that we are enough, we can fill that idea with enough that literally it sources us, or that there is a presence and a power holding us and loving us and living through us. We can fill that idea. But in evolution, what happens is, if that energy does not continue to grow and that idea does not, evolution happens by connection. Connection. Ken Wilber talks about transcend and include. We come together and we find a larger idea. We come through whatever it is and we find a larger idea. But I realized, okay, so we have groups, and I apologize if I don't get this right because it is not in my notes, but this is what I really, truly believe, is that we've had this evolution here with the civil rights. We've been working towards it and wanting it, and sometimes thinking, oh, we've done it, which we haven't. And we've done that in LGBTQ, and we got to a certain place. Oh, we've done it, or we've gotten close, or we're there. With women's rights, we thought, well, we've gotten to this point, which is pretty good. And look what happens. And then disability ideas with people with disabilities, and I looked at them and I thought, these were all different peduncles. They were all different ideas that people were filling with energy. What if they all break open? Because as humanity, we have to allow a larger idea than this one and this one and this one and this one and this one. We have to find a place where the divine aspect of every being makes them our family, not someone who's on that side of the border or this side of the border or is over here or over there, somewhere in there. So you're just getting ideas from me of what's happening in an evolutionary movement, because I believe we are continuing to evolve. There is a breaking away and a breaking apart. And I thought, wow, did I really ask to be born in this time period? If so, interesting. Okay. You know, Joanna Macy, who made her transition in the last couple weeks, her idea of doing the work that reconnects. We're having to do, as humanity, work that continues to reconnect. And she said the greatest gift we can give at this time is to be present. And that's a tough one. To be present, to be in this world, to be aware and not completely shut down or just saying, I'm just going to pretend it's not happening. There's a balance there. Wayne Muller, in his Legacy of the Heart, which I love, he said, life can be excruciating with wounds and scars inflicted upon us and others, but I always saw beneath their woundedness some grace, some hidden wholeness that refused to be extinguished. There is a hidden wholeness in humanity that is refusing to be extinguished. It is still there. It is still present. And we have to find that larger picture. He said, suffering alone cannot break the human spirit. Human sorrow is not a pathology. It is a poignant inheritance we share with all the family of the earth, which, by the way, for a while I did do some of Wayne Muller's books because I said there's too much pain in them. I don't want to do that much pain. Guess what? We are getting to break open, and when we do, we will let go of some of the things that hurt. It doesn't mean that it's easy and it's just what we ordered for this time in our lives. But if we're here, love is the answer, and we are beings of love, and we can find that way. He went on to say, as a species, we have survived war, famine, plague, and endured countless unspeakable losses and injustices. Still, in all the corners of the earth, the children of the world continue to grow and learn, to sing and dance, to dream and love. My hope is always that we will lift up and affirm these parts of us, that in the face of whatever loss, illness, or harm we are given, we remain people capable of great courage, wisdom, and healing. Wherever we are going as humanity, there is a movement that is within our hearts and our beings that is enough. It is the quantum field, the God of our understanding that sources us. We are always connected to something more, regardless of what we find ourselves in the middle of. Now, that does not mean that we don't experience what we are in the middle of, and that we don't work to find a way to grow through it, because there's nothing on this planet that we aren't invited to grow through. We might want to shut down, and that's okay too. And then we get to open up and say, I belong to humanity. I belong to this earth, to this quantum field that birthed me. I'm a part of this. And what's so fascinating is all of us are. All of us are. So how do we do that? How do we find the ideas that will allow us to move forward, that will remind us of the truth of who we are? You know, John Lennon, in one of his statements, is quoted so often, it matters not who you love, where you love, why you love, when you love, or how you love. It matters only that you love. We get to find a deeper part of ourselves, and we get to ask ourselves, where do I have old ideas, old blinders that have kept me this? I can live with this, I can't live with this, I can live with this. And we get to find a deeper part of ourselves, and sometimes it breaks us open. I spent the last week with my sister and my daughter Lauren at the Oregon Shakespeare Festival. We go every year. We went Monday through last night, last evening, and it was wonderful. We saw 7 plays, which was quite a feat, and it was fascinating. One of them that we saw was Into the Woods, and it is one that she already knew by heart. She knew every line, every sentence, every song, and she kept saying, Mom, before we went, she kept saying, Mom, you have to see this movie. And I said, I've already seen it. I saw it with you. And she said, no, you only saw part of it. Well, I don't know how many of you know Into the Woods, but it's by Stephen Sondheim and James Lapine. And what they were doing, they decided to look a little further into Happily Ever After. And so the first part of the play, literally, it's there. He took grim characters. So there's Jack and the Beanstalk, there is Little Red Riding Hood, there is Cinderella, and there is Rapunzel, and probably a couple more. There's the baker and his. Anyway, there's all these characters, and they all end up at the end of the first act with their happily ever after. And it's a beautiful song, and that's nice. And I thought I said, I can do this. This is great. And so we did that. And then what they wanted to go into was really, what happens after that? And so they all have to go into the woods, which to Sondheim represented the dark, the unknown, that which, and anybody living in a time of unknown right now, we're in a time, at least 5. We're good. We're in a time of that. And what they talked about in one of the, they do prefaces, so it's 30 minutes of why was this done? What is it in there? And they talked about the idea that the woods have both the darkness, but there's also potential, because as it takes away, it opens us up, and there's possibility, and there's different things in there, even in the dark. And I want to remind us all, no matter what kind of darkness we're in, there is light in us, in humanity, and the very basis of this quantum field that we live is life. It is life, and it continues to touch and to reach out and to be a part. And no matter how much we've told ourselves, I'm not going to trust anything or do anything, that's where I am. The truth is, we're a part of that life. And so I thought, oh, that's wonderful. And then I realized there's another half. And everybody starts dying, or they get into their stuff. The prince, of course, who he says, I was always told to want more and more and more, and so I don't want just you. He wants another woman. And, all these fights and all this stuff. And I'm like, I don't like this at all. Why did I agree to this? What am I doing? And, of course, I had to also remember that we had one free night, and Lauren convinced me that we had to see this twice. So I knew I had tickets 2 nights further about the same thing. And I was like, okay, God. And I practiced my breathing. I was like, I know this. There is good in this. Find it. I could not get past very well. First of all, we were sitting in the front row, and it was like, my body was just like, no, I want good. I want life. I believe in love. I believe in wholeness. I believe in God. And I was saying this in my mind, watching these things fall apart. And then I kept saying, okay, Lisa, be present. What's happening? And by the end of it, what's so interesting is there is a lot of death. There's a lot of carrying off, and then everybody blames everybody. One of the things about going through transitions and having things where we lose things, anybody find who's to blame? And they go through this whole thing of you did it. If it was you, if you hadn't done this, this wouldn't have happened. If you hadn't done this, this wouldn't have happened. If you hadn't done this, this wouldn't have happened. And literally, there's like 5 people on the floor crying and so sad. Life as they know it has been torn. And finally, there's a remembering, just a breath of whatever happened. No one is alone. And they recreate a family that wasn't connected before, that comes from all of these different stories. And they find a way, and their intention is to learn to live together, that everyone is included. And I left thinking, thank you, God, at least, that. And yet still, my body was vibrating. And I just let it sit for the 2 days. And then I went back and watched it again with larger eyes. What was amazing is I could see this story that was humanity saying, I'm over here, I'm over here, I'm over here. Our stories don't interconnect. And they didn't for a long time. And we still walk down the street and see people and think, they don't have anything to do with me. My life doesn't look like that. But really, when you go into the darkness and everything is torn away, the truth is, it all matters. We are all a part of something larger, and we have to find a way, something larger within us that can find a story, the hidden wholeness that's beneath the pieces. And we get to realize we're in a time of great transition. And there is always an and we have a connection to something larger and higher, and regardless of where we are going to be required to allow things to break down and something larger to be created. Henry David Thoreau said, we must learn to reawaken and keep ourselves awake, not by mechanical aids, but by an infinite expectation of the dawn, which does not forsake us even in our soundest sleep. We talked a little bit earlier, and they sang about the idea of the living water. I want us to think about that. In John 4, Jesus and his disciples had traveled into Samaria, and he was tired. He sat at a well while his disciples went, into a nearby town to buy food. The Samaritan woman came to draw water, and Jews were not allowed to talk to the Samaritans, which Samaritans mean mixed consciousness if you're looking at the metaphysical interpretation. Jesus, and in Unity, we don't believe that Jesus is the way. We believe that Jesus was a way shower, showing us and gifting us with the message, the kingdom is within you. The Christ is the anointed part of each of us. And so if you were raised with someone telling you it's him, you have to go to him, you get to choose. All of us get to choose. But I just invite you to take that breath and realize when Jesus turned and talked to that which he was, it was a woman. You didn't talk to a woman. He went to say, hey, did you know, he asked her for some water, which was common in those days. If women got the water, they still do today in much of the world. And so the question would have been, can you get me some water? But to talk to someone who was so below you or different wasn't a practice. And yet he didn't see that. He just simply said, can you get me something to drink? She said, wait a minute, why? Why are you talking to me? And he said, if you knew the gift of God and who it is that asks you for a drink, you would have asked him and he would have given you living water. The gift of the infinite is the vitalizing life. It's the energy. Charles Fillmore called it substance. It's the very intelligence of the universe that is within each of us. And when we ask of it, we may be hurting, we may be wondering, I don't want this. You may not want the role you're in. You may not want anybody else's role either right now. But the truth is we're all here. And when we begin to say yes, and then we realize the living water is within me. And all of those pieces, there's a well in your being. There's a woman of Samaria. There's something that believes it's not included and not part of the divine. Anybody know their Samaritan woman? It's part of us that says, I'm not this or I'm not that, or you're not this or you're not that. And then there is a Christ presence, a divine light in every being. And that light says, here is living water. In this place, there is living water. In this place, there is living water. How do we allow it to move through us? How do we allow that living water to source us? One of the first things we get to do is we get to anchor in the eternal now. We may not want to, but Eckhart Tolle says, realize deeply that the present moment is all you ever have. Beauty happens in this present moment, in this breath. Life happens in this present moment, in this breath. Regardless of what's going on, that's where it happens. That is the life and the peace and the presence and the power. One of the people who found it was Sojourner Truth. I absolutely adore her. She said, if we laugh and sing a little as we fight the good fight of freedom, it makes it all go easier. I will not allow my life's light to be determined by the darkness around me. And she was born a slave, fought for and escaped and got her freedom with her daughter and went back to court and fought and got. She was the first black woman to receive a judgment that said, yes, that's your son, and allow her to take him. I think the power of her, and then she went on to do countless things. Look her up. She's amazing. But what I often look at is she may have been the first black woman to receive that yes. But how many other people had the courage to do the same thing? And with that no, they still added the energy. The work has to be done. And we may not get the first yes, or it may not work out. I don't know about you, but I am used to a life where we say, this is the truth and I am going to live it and I can do this. And that's privilege. It is a privilege to be able to say, I desire this and I go get it. Right now, I think what we have is the ability to recognize whether it works as we desire or not. Humanity is called to take the step of love, of inclusion, of holding a space for something larger. So to be present in this moment is part of that journey, and what a part it is. And then I think the next thing we get to do is we get to live from our spiritual identity, not external conditions. Anybody do that? How was the day today? And we fly through it. Marian Lance said, we are not becoming spiritual, we are discovering that we already are. We are not becoming spiritual beings. We already are. One of the practices is affirming that truth every day, every morning. I am a spiritual being. I am filled with the living water, with divine life, with the love and the presence and power of the infinite. And it doesn't matter what happens around us. That's the truth of who we are. And my goal is that as we gather as a community, there's times when I remember it and you forget. And there's times when you remember it and I forget. And my deepest desire is that we reach out to each other and each of us can say, I know who you are. You are filled with that light and that love and that presence and that power. And the next thing we do is build that resilience through spiritual practice, meditation, journaling, affirmative prayer, beginning to use that. Many times we used it to get something. I believe what we're beginning to do is use it to know who we are. And that as we walk together and have the courage to show up, even when it's uncomfortable or unknown, life will fill us with something so much more. This is the Celtic version of the Lord's Prayer. Holy One, beyond all names, eternal wellspring, may love rise in us again today, with food for every table, shelter for every family, and reverence for every life. Forgive us our failings in love and free us from all falseness, that the light of our souls may shine and the strength of our spirits endure for earth and all its people this day, tonight, and forever. We have come to live from that living water, and it resides in each of us. Thank you. All right. We get to say thank you, Infinite Spirit, for all that is. In just a moment, we're going to receive our tithes and our love offerings, and continuing to take that breath, that sacred, sacred breath of all that life entails right now. I believe we have, yes, we will in just a moment. There are cards, white cards in the seats, in the backs of the seats in front of you if you're interested in learning electronic ways to give, if that's something that is part of your new pathway. I know we have more and more people saying, I don't want to give by checks, I don't even carry them anymore, but how do I? And so there's a picture up here, the cards are in the backs of your seat. What makes a huge difference during summertime is the ability for us to have people on regular automatic giving. It shows you a way, just simply so that as we move through summer, and it is summer, you can tell, we get to find that ability to say, thank you, God, for these ideas, for this space that we are in. All right, we are going to say our blessing. I believe that part of what we're creating as humanity is a different view on enough and on where goods go. Because in a society where there's more here and there's less here, it's filled with other ideas. When we come from a place of enough and knowing there is enough for every being in this country and on this planet to have all that sources them with food, water, clothing, shelter, and acceptance, then we move forward in this planet. And so as we say divine love, that's what I believe divine love is. And I just invite you to take that gift and to repeat with me. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is. Amen.
God is all there is. God is all there is in the beginning. God is all there is. God is all there is in the beginning. God is all there is. God is all there is in the beginning. God is all there is. God is all there is in the beginning. God. Jesus said that I and my Father are one, made in the image and likeness of the one. Since God is what we are, let God be what we show. Let's see the God in every face, everywhere we go. God is all there is. God is all there is in the beginning. God is all there is. God is all there is in the beginning. Oh God is all there is. God is all there is in the beginning. God is all there is. God is all there is in the beginning. God, your mind is divine, the garden of your soul. Plan love, faith, and happiness. Witness what falls from the beauty of creation, reflected in your eyes. You see heaven right here on earth. Live in paradise. God is all there is. God is all there is in the beginning. Oh God. Oh, God is all there is. God is all there is in the beginning. God is all there is. God is all there is in the beginning. God is all there is. God is all there is in the beginning. God. Oh, God is all there is. God is all there is in the beginning. God is all there is. God is all there is in the beginning. God.
Thank you. I want to, in just a moment, we'll sing our youth in, but I wanted to talk for a moment about George's class, which is tomorrow night. Is that what it is? Is there a sign-up sheet out there they can sign up? I just want you to know, if you don't know George, he is both a religious science practitioner, he is a Unity chaplain, and in his day life, he works with teens with trauma, and how we reverse that and find tools and techniques to live our lives, or maybe get rid of some of the old stuff we have. So when it talks about playing well with others, you may not feel like playing with others, but a lot of it is our blocks. And so I would just encourage you, if you want some summer exploration into actual activities and ways that you can do that, it's a wonderful resource, because often what hits our desire to know that living water is the old blocks we have that came from earlier life, past life, whatever it is, and the ability to have that emotional intelligence, spiritual intelligence to say, oh, I could choose differently here, is a great gift. So I'm so grateful you're doing this, George. Thank you. There's a sign-up sheet out there. And will you be here tomorrow night at 6:30? It is in person. I wanted to make sure before I said that it was. All right. Part of that living water that is in you moves through us as we activate it and allow it to do so. When we sing our youth in, you might just think, oh, these are separate kids coming in. Actually, the love that we are, I'm just inviting you to pull it up through your being and to encircle this walkway into which they come, because it touches their heart, it touches their cells and their knowing, and that's what we're designed to do as humanity. So let's love them in.
You are the star of the morning. You are heaven smiling at us. You're God's gift of tomorrow. Oh, we love you. Oh, we love you. You are the star of the morning. You are heaven smiling at us. You're God's gift of tomorrow. Oh, how we love you. Oh, how we love you.
Hello, my name is Emmeline, and today we did yoga with Colleen. And we used our minds for yoga to go into safari or the zoo.
Okay, hi everyone. So next week is our car wash for our fundraiser. Yay! The time is from 10:30 to 1. It is in the overflow lot over back there. So if you have a car, come get it washed by us. This is our 3rd year in a row doing it. And all the funds go to our events. And this is our fundraisers are our only way to get money for these events, so it'd be great if you guys came and supported us. The car washes are love offerings, so give what you feel is right in your heart. And yeah, is there anything else? I think we're good.
So this week we went to our Unitreat camp, and it was a lot of fun. It always is. And I really loved, our theme was oneness, so the entire time we were just focusing on ourselves and each other and finding our inner peace and stuff. And I really loved the pool, especially on the hot days. That was a ton of fun. I also liked, we planted honeysuckle all around our labyrinth, and that was really cool. Sadly, the deer eat it, so they're putting up a fence around it, but it's still really pretty, and I always enjoy going.
And I just want to mention, Marilee, how many years have you been going to that Uniteam camp?
20-something, I think. Yeah, maybe more. I don't know. And we make T-shirts.
Thank you.
and
Yeah, do you want to share any? Is that your
it's
shirt?
really fun. They come in as me and they leave as we, and it's amazing. You know, all the, yeah.
Thank you. So in this last month, we have had kids camp. We have had both Rendezvous and IYOU. But when is Rendezvous?
In 2 weeks.
Oh dear, we haven't finished yet. Okay, Rendezvous is in 2 weeks. And then you guys have another event in October, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's why the YOU is raising money. And then we have the Unitreat, the
November.
Uniteam retreat. And
In
then they will go again in November. in November. So thank you, God, for the ability to
Thank you.
for everyone to be a part of that for the car wash. So we can drive our car in and you'll tell us where to park at 10:30? Okay, or we can come after the service and drive through. Is that what? Okay, that was, all right, we got that down. Thank you so much.
Quite that fast.
What?
You said drive through. I don't know if they can do it quite that fast.
Well, I mean, okay, you're right. And we invite all of you, I will be doing What is Unity. If you have any questions, I'll go over just some of the basics. And then if you have any questions, please come in. I'm happy to stay as long as you'd like. And then downstairs, we have our connection hour. It's a time to sit at a table with others and just say, how are you? What's your journey? Where is it that we are? It's a wonderful opportunity. We invite you downstairs. We are going to stand and join hands. Again, we are setting an intention into this field of pure potentiality.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, that peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment, live each moment, peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
Oh, yes. And we are going to close in our unity prayer, and then we will sing our youth out so they can all be safely downstairs before we leave. We are going to say, the light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And they make it very firm. All right, we are going to sing our youth out.
I'm gonna move to the light. I'm gonna speak of the light. I'm gonna sing with the light. I'm gonna dance in the light. When I choose to remember that Spirit is all I rejoice and give praise and shine in the light. I'm gonna move to the light. I'm gonna speak of the light. I'm gonna sing with the light. I'm gonna dance in the light. When I choose to remember that Spirit is all I rejoice and give praise and shine in the light. When I choose to remember